Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr. CMA Allegation. Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI order on the ZEE promoters Subash Chandra, Chairman, and Punit Goenka, the Managing Director, that they should not hold any office, that is, Director or Principal PMY in any of the companies associated with ZEE, either merged or demerged company. That means that these people have been prevented from becoming office bearers in, that is, directors or any key managerial personnel in Sony and ZEE merged entity. Part number 2 continued. Prima facie findings of the interim order. 7. The interim order prima facie observed as follows. 7.1. Entity number 1, the then chairman of ZEE Limited, SL Group, had provided a letter of comfort dated September 4, 2018, hereinafter referred to as LOC, towards credit facilities availed by company belonging to SL Group, SL Green Mobility Limited from Yes Bank Limited, hereinafter referred to as YBL, wherein it was stated as follows. This is with regards to the rupees 200 crore loan outstanding in SL Green Mobility Limited from Yes Bank Limited, within bracket the facility. We will ensure that a fixed deposit of at least rupees 200 crores is available with Yes Bank Limited from any one of SL group of companies, including ZEE Entertainment Enterprises, at all times while the said facility remains due and outstanding, and that in the event of default under the said facility you may appropriate the fixed deposit towards repayment of the said facility. 7.2. Entity number 1 had issued the concerned LOC without the knowledge or approval of the Board of Directors of ZEE Limited. 7.3. It was observed that on the strength of the said LOC, Yes Bank of India on July 24, 2019 had adjusted the fixed deposit of INR 200 crore of ZEE Limited for meeting the obligations of the following 7 entities towards Yes Bank loan, hereinafter referred to as 7 associate entities. Table number 1. Associate entities. 1. Pan India Infra Projects Private Limited. 2. SL Green Mobility Limited. 3. SL Corporate Resources Private Limited. 4. SL Utilities Distribution Company Limited. 5. SL Business Excellence Services Private Limited. 6. Pan India Network Infra West Limited. 7. Living Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited. 7.4. The above mentioned 7 associate entities are owned or controlled by family members of entities 1 and 2, that is Subash Chandra and Punit Goenka. As per the annual report of ZEE Limited for the financial year 2019-20, the above 7 associate entities were described as companies controlled by key management personnel, hereinafter referred to as KMP, and the relatives. The KMPs included Mr. Subash Chandra and Punit Goenka. 7.5. ZEE Limited has submitted to SEBI that INR 200 crore equivalent to the value of fixed deposit which was liquidated by Yes Bank Limited in July 2019 for the dues from the 7 associate entities owned or controlled by promoter family had subsequently been received back from those associate entities during the period September 26, 2019 and October 10, 2019, and that there was no loss to ZEE Limited. The table below gives the particulars of the transaction referred to. Name of the company, amount repaid, date of repayment. 1. Pan India Infra Project Limited, 14.8 crore, 26th September 2019. SL Green Mobility Limited, 17.1 crore, 27th September 2019. SL Corporate Resources Private Limited, 22.3 crores, 30th September 2019. SL Utilities Distribution Company Limited, 19.2 crore, 30th September 2019. Pan India Infra Projects Private Limited, 36.9 crore, 30th September 2019. SR Business Excellence Services Private Limited, 23 crore on 10th October 2019. Pan India Network Infra West Limited, 49.3 crore, 1st October 2019. Living Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited, 17.4 crore, 1st October 2019. Total 200 crore. 7.6. Upon examination of bank statements of ZEE Limited, associate entities and other entities, it was prima facie noted that major portion of the INR 200 crore inflow into ZEE Limited had originated from either ZEE Limited itself or listed companies of the SL Group or their subsidiaries named below, which after passing through several layers reached the accounts of the associate entities from where it ultimately reached ZEE Limited's account. Thus, the funds had flowed a circular route where funds originated from ZEE Limited or listed companies of SL Group and their subsidiaries passed through various entities, including those owned or controlled by the promoter family, and ultimately reached ZEE Limited. The details of funds originating from ZEE Limited or listed companies of SL Group and their subsidiaries and its beneficiary, that is, associate entities, is reproduced below. Table number 3. 1. ZEE Limited, amount 17.1 crore. SL Green Mobility Limited, 23 crores. SL Business Excellence Services Limited, amount is 40.1 crore. 2. ZEE Studios Limited, wholly owned subsidiary of ZEE Limited, 17.4 crore. Living Entertainment Enterprises Limited and 49.3 crores. Pan India Network Infra West Limited, 66.7 crores. 3. ZEE Akash News Private Limited, wholly owned subsidiary of ZEE Media Corporation Limited, a listed company and part of SL Group, 14.8 crores. Pan India Infra Projects Private Limited, 14.8 crore. 4. Dish Infra Services Private Limited, wholly owned subsidiary of Dish TV India Limited, a listed company and part of SL Group, 22.3 crore. SL Corporate Resources Private Limited, 22.3, total 143.9 crores. 7.7. Accordingly, it was prima facie observed that funds diverted from ZEE Limited or other listed companies and their subsidiaries had ultimately benefited the promoter family, as the associate entities, which were the beneficiaries of appropriation of ZEE Limited's fixed deposit of INR 200 crore by Yes Bank Limited for settlement of their liabilities, are owned or controlled by the promoter family of ZEE Limited, and their return of funds to ZEE Limited was not genuine, as records the balance amount INR 200 crore minus INR 143.9 crore. The fund trail in respect of the same is under examination. 7.8. ZEE Limited has made a disclosure confirming the receipt of funds along with interest from the associate entities in its annual report for the year 2019-20. Since the payments from associate entities have been found to be prima facie non-genuine, the said disclosure in the annual report prima facie appears to be a misstatement or misrepresentation. 7.9. The aforesaid prima facie observations and findings prima facie showed the employment of scheme by the promoter family of ZEE Limited to divert the assets of ZEE Limited and other listed companies of SL Group and their subsidiaries for the benefit of the promoters. The said prima facie scheme can be summarized put as follows. 7.9.1. Issuance of LOC dated 4th September 2018 by entity number 1 to Yes Bank Limited, ensuring availability of a fixed deposit of at least INR 200 crores, including from ZEE Limited with Yes Bank Limited for loan outstanding in SL Green Mobility Limited. 7.9.2 Default by the 7 associate entities leading to appropriation of ZEE Limited's fixed deposit of INR 200 crore by Yes Bank Limited on July 24, 2019. 7.9.3 Circular and layered transactions including through connected entities of ZEE Limited or SL Group to show receipt of funds by ZEE Limited from 6 associate entities. 7.944 Subsequent misleading disclosure by ZEE Limited in its annual report about receipt of funds. 7.9.5 Upon inquiry by SEBI, submission regarding the details of payments received by ZEE Limited from the associate entities, submissions of false information to SEBI. 7.10 Entity number 1 was the chairman of SL Group, which included ZEE Limited at the relevant time when he had issued the concerned LOC to S Bank Limited. Further, entity number 2 was the managing director and chief executive officer of ZEE Limited at the time when the fixed deposit was created and funds were moved out of ZEE Limited for being routed again to ZEE Limited through layered and circuitous transactions for falsely portraying that ZEE Limited had received the dues from associate entities. The aforesaid prima facie shows the involvement of the entities in prima facie scheme. Moreover, as noted above, they were the direct beneficiaries of the said fund diversion. 7.111 In view of the above, it was prima facie found that the entities had indulged in fraudulent unfair trade practices resulting in prima facie violation of the provisions of regulations 4.1 and 4.2f of PFU TP regulations. Further, in view of the misrepresentation in the annual report for the financial year 2019-20 and false submission to SEBI, including the failure of the entities to discharge their duties as directors of ZEE Limited for their personal benefits, the entities have also prima facie violated provisions of 4.2f of LODR regulations. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share to your friends, as many friends as possible who are investing their funds in the equity market, so that this type of corporate irregularities people will be aware how they are happening and how to avoid or invest in good companies which are basically manufacturing companies, which are long standing, maybe 40 years 50 years company. Even if the price is high, their value will go up. You can buy in fractions or you can invest in small lots, small amounts in good companies rather than investing in this type of service based companies which are not viable in the long run. Thank you for watching.